smartphone. It's your daily driver for communicating with one another. For some, it's their main device of consuming online entertainment, and for others, such as myself, it's an essential part of running an online business and getting day-to-day tasks done. Now, as you all have probably noticed, I'm still using the Samsung Galaxy S8 from 2017, and it's picked up a few scratches and dents from over the years. Thanks to Android and the customization that it allows, I've managed to set up my home screen in a way that allows me to be more productive during the day and less distracted by other useless social media apps. So the first folder would be my Google folder, and this contains business essentials such as Google Calendar, which I use for creating and viewing upcoming jobs or events or any other client work or deadlines that I may have. Then I have the Google app for checking the latest tech or world updates. Thirdly, I have the Gmail app, which I use mostly to check up on all personal and business emails. However, I never really use the app on my phone to reply to emails. I just prefer to use a computer for that, for some odd reason. Lastly would be the YouTube Studio app, which I just use to check up on comments on videos, as well as check video statistics and to reply to all comments that I may have received. Folder number 2 would be my social media apps folder. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I usually do is go on WhatsApp and check what messages I may have received during my time sleeping and just reply to them. WhatsApp is mostly used for about 90% of my personal conversations. Then there's Instagram, which I use mostly for personal stuff and posting personal content, as well as sometimes posting business related content, but that's where Facebook comes in. Facebook now sits firmly at number 3, and I only really ever go on Facebook when I post client work or do some marketing for my business. Telegram is where the other 10% of messages go to and come from. Telegram is very similar to WhatsApp, but it has its own set of benefits when dealing with clients, such as not having to deal with loss of image quality and file size restrictions that WhatsApp gives you. Trello is another amazing app which I use mostly when doing editing for other people. It's a simple way for keeping everyone up to date with how you progress with a task and noting changes should there be required of any. The third folder is called Money, and it really just contains my 2 banking apps, as well as the ClearScore app, which I use from time to time to check up on my credit score. And it's also nice because it gives you tips and tricks to improve your credit score, and it also shows you like what you are applicable for in terms of loans and credit availability and stuff. MetaTrader I occasionally use to trade some Forex, and that's about it. Folder number 4 would be my Notes app. Now, first off, we have To Do, which is an app from Microsoft. This app is really handy when I have certain things to do, tasks to complete, or just something I really need to be reminded of. The nice thing about To Do is that there's also an app on Windows. So whenever I add something on my phone, it automatically syncs to Windows. Whenever I make changes to any notes or add anything or just make a whole new subfolder on Windows, it automatically syncs to my phone. And I quite enjoy this because I'm always up to date and always in sync with what I'm working on. Google Notes is nearly the same, and I use it mostly for long-term note storage or ideas. The only reason I have it is because there's no real Windows app for it, but I do know that whenever my computer or phone gets stolen, I'll always have access to those notes because they are saved in the Google Cloud, and that's linked to your email. The last folder is my music folder. In there, firstly, I have Spotify, which is what I use to stream and download all my music, which I listen to either on my computer or my smartphone, or when I'm driving and traveling on the road, in an airplane, etc. SoundCloud I have because I do have friends in the music industry that currently produce music, and they post most of their content on there if they're not on Spotify yet, and then that is what I'll use to listen to their stuff and check in. Fun fact, I also actually used to produce music, and I might get back into that in the near future. So I'll leave a link to my SoundCloud profile down in the description if you want to go check out some of the old EDM bangers that I made. Google Podcasts I use to listen to my podcasts mainly on the road, as most of my podcasts are an hour more in length. Now I do know that Spotify does have its own podcast section. I just feel that Spotify takes way too long to download these podcasts, and it uses more than the required storage compared to Google Podcasts. Pulse is basically like the YouTube Studio version, just from SoundCloud. It allows users and artists such as myself to interact with anyone that may have commented on a track we may have posted, and also allows us to message and interact with other music producers. Lastly, Samsung Music, it's really just there. I do have some offline music that I listen to occasionally that I may have downloaded a couple years ago, but really it's just there. Spotify is my main go-to. And yeah, guys, that's been it for the latest what's on my smartphone video and how I stay productive. I'm looking forward to see you on the next one. Please leave a comment down below if you have any ideas for future videos, if you have any tips, any tricks, any comments about the video overall. Give it a like if you did like it. If you didn't like it, well, then just be honest, hit the dislike, and subscribe if you want to see more. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.